But talking about the past, I'm sure a lot of all these, like 100 or 200 years ago, I'm sure we had our own technology when we used to speak our own languages and all that. But it seems like these days, when you talk about all those kind of things, people just think it's all this jazz or juju or some religious stuff. I mean, it sometimes confuses me. Like
I said it earlier on that one of the most unfortunate things that can happen to any people is for them to be colonized. You will always remain caricatures of yourself. Yeah, caricatures of your real self. Somehow, we've allowed people to convince us that our past can only be explained by mysticism. And what kind of explanation is mysticism? By definition, mysticism means no explanation.
Something you can't explain.
It's mystery. You can't explain it. But that is not true. If you live in a world of cause and effect, which is the kind of world we live in, cause and effect, and God said, let there be light, cause, and there was light, effect. Yeah. So if we live in a world of cause and effect, there is no way that our past can be explained only by mysticism. It is all a matter of how we understand it. There is a statement, ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ kìí balẹ̀ kó má gbẹbọ. Ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ kìí balẹ̀ kó má gbẹbọ. Let's conduct a survey. Let us ask 1,000 contemporary Yoruba businessmen, university professor, whatever. What does that mean? You are not likely to get this answer. That it is a statement in mathematics. Why do I say ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ kìí balẹ̀ kó má gbẹbọ? A statement in mathematics. No matter how you throw down the ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀, a number between 0 and 255 will occur. And each of these numbers is associated with one odu. And each of the odu prescribes a neighbor.
The odu is like a story.
Yes, the odu is like a relation of an experience. The whole thing is about what are the key experiences of life, and when a person finds himself in this kind of experience, how does he behave? So we have a large lookup table of experiences and how to behave, cause and effects. So if you say to me, a mathematician, so what you are saying is that if you generate a random number using 8 bits, you will get a number between 0 and 256. 255. No, because the 0 becomes 256.
Yeah. That's the entire concept of Odrifa.
Yes. So if you start from the assumption that your past is mystical, and then you will now see that as which might not be untrue. But if you take the position that there is some cause and effect, basic science, fundamental principles of nature in your past, you will be able to see that. Let me relate to you. Oriki Ofa. Well, I'll be a prissy. Ìjà tí wọ́n jà lọ́fà. Orí alátàrí ló dá sí. Ó ṣojú àrùpòrùbù kánú oko. Ó ṣojú kágùn kákànrún. Ó ṣojú agùnràn lọ́fà. Ìbá ṣojú olóko kìbá láwọn bàbá wọn ló kú ni wọ́n jà lọ́fà. The man died, left inheritance worth, let's say, 200 units, 2,000 units. There are 3 of them. Wọ́n pè wọ́n ní ọmọ láàárẹ̀ kó lè dọ́gba, ìkan ò gbọ́dọ̀ jù kan, ìkan ò gbọ́dọ̀ jù kan. Tí kan bá jù kan, Ọba ní kó wọn róró. This is a problem of dividing 2,000 into 3 equal parts. So how do you solve the problem? They gave 600 units to Ọba Agurukonsali. 600 units to Ọba Agurukonsali. 600 units to Ọba Salam Aleikum. So you have 1,800. Now you have 200 to go. Owó wọn ṣẹ́kù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ò tán. Wọ́n bá délé, wọ́n tún fọmọ rí odó léra wọn kiri. Wọ́n bá kẹjọ́ òdìlé ọba. So they've divided the 2,000 into 3. 600 for A, 600 for B, 600 for C. 200 to go. They got home and said, by the way, we have 200 to go. So they went back to the king, and the king said, why are you people so cantankerous? 200, okay, give 60 to A, give 60 to B, give 60 to C. 180. It remains 20. Ọba délé, ọba tún fọwọ́ mọ́rí odó lera wọn kiri, wọ́n tún kẹjọ́ òdìlé ọba. You people are so difficult. There is 20. Give 6 to A, give 6 to B, give 6 to C. Remains 2. Ọba tó délé, wọ́n tún fọwọ́ mọ́rí odó lera wọn kiri, ọba tún kẹjọ́ òdìlé ọba. At that time, Ọba was fed up. Ọba wá pe àwọn ọmọràn Ọ̀fà. So the Ọba summoned the sages of Ọ̀fà and said, look at the problem I have. How do we now divide 2 among 3 people? And the sages said, simple. Take the 2, go and buy an Atari. They bought an Atari and came. The Atari had 3 lobes. Wọ́n bá máa wẹ́ kan wọ́n fún Ọba Agurukonsali. Wọ́n máa wẹ́ kan wọ́n bá fún Ọba Agurukonsali. Wọ́n mú awẹ́ kan wọ́n mú fún Ọba Salam Aleikum. That is not only maths. It is a recursive algorithm implemented orally. Not in a computer. Oral implementation of a recursive algorithm with the recurrence relation being from 2,000 to 200 to 20. So that's the recurrence relation. But when you got to 2, then they invoke the out clause. They took it to an Atari, and the Atari came with 3 lobes. So somebody now tells me that in Yoruba past, they didn't understand the most important algorithmic approach in computer science, which is recursive algorithms.
Wow.
Not only did they understand this, they were able to implement it orally. And they used it to solve practical problems. Wow. So if you now engage Oriki Ọ̀fà and all you Kagun Kakorun, Aguran Lofa, and what is Kagun Kakorun? Kagun Kakorun is Agbado, corn. Aguran is yam, because it just calls. Akpurubukanoko, that's the yam stem itself, under the... Yeah. So it just, because it is oral text, it has to be said in a way that the hearer cannot forget.